파네라이의 이번 루미노르 마리나 신제품은 겉으로 보기에 익숙한 디자인 덕분에 얼마나 잘 다듬어진 업그레이드인지 미처 눈치채지 못하는 경우가 많습니다. 사실 저도 처음엔 그랬습니다. 스위스로 떠나기 전에 신제품을 미리 접할 기회가 있었는데 얇아졌다 가벼워졌다는 말을 머릿속으로는 이해했어도 몸으로는 그렇게 실감했다고 확신할 수 없었거든요. 출장 중에 하루 종일 구형 루미노르 마리나를 착용한 채로 행사장을 다니다가 파네라이 부스에 가서 다시 신형을 손목에 올려보게 됐습니다. 그랬더니 완전히 다른 경험이 찾아오더라고요. 수치로 표시된 무게나 두께보다 훨씬 더 가볍고 착용감이 편해졌다는 걸 그제서야 뚜렷하게 느낄 수 있었습니다. 묵직한 시계 특유의 존재감 대신에 마치 손목이 해방되는 듯한 자유로움이 밀려왔습니다. 요즘처럼 얇고 가벼운 시계를 선호하는 흐름 속에서 저는 자연스럽게 티타늄 모델이 가장 주목받을 거라고 예상했는데요. 행사장에서 차보니까 스틸 모델도 충분히 가볍게 느껴졌고 오히려 무심코 넘겼던 브레이슬릿 버전까지도 인상적일 정도로 가벼웠습니다. 브레이슬릿의 링크가 과도하게 두껍지 않아서 전체 무게를 과하게 끌어올리지 않으면서도 버튼식 미세 조정 기능 덕분에 착용감이 이전보다 훨씬 세심하게 조율이 됩니다. 겉보기에는 익숙한 디자인이지만은 실제로는 손목위에서 체감되는 변화가 꽤 컸던 거죠. 또 이번 기회에 파네라이의 네샤텔에 있는 매니팩처도 직접 둘러볼 수 있었는데요. 파네라이 시계가 얼마나 엄격한 기준과 반복되는 테스트 과정을 거쳐서 완성되는지 확인할 수 있었고요. 또 무브먼트를 직접 분해하고 다시 조립해 보면서 파네라이가 추구하는 직관적이고 튼튼한 구조가 어떤 의미인지를 몸소 체험해 볼 수 있었습니다. 이처럼 익숙하다고 여겼던 브랜드를 더 깊이 체험하는 여정 속에서 파네라이의 최고 운영 책임자이신 제롬 카바디니 씨를 만났습니다. 그리고 이제 그와 나눈 이야기 속으로 여러분들을 초대하도록 하겠습니다.
Hi, this is Samuel Kim. I'm here at the Panerai booth at the Watches and Wonders 2025, right? Am I right?
25.
It's 25. This person is my favorite person from Panerai.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, Carlos. You are second favorite.
So, hello everybody. I'm Jérôme Cavadini. I'm Chief Operating Officer at Panerai since 15 years. My job consists in working with the designer and product team to develop all the novelties we do each year, plus, of course, also producing all the watches we do, because there are not only novelties. And we are also handling with the quality, customer service, supply chain, of course, very important, and finally, the information system as well.
So as you can see, he is the right person to ask about new releases. Are you ready to talk about new releases?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So first one, the Luminor Marina. There is saying that don't change the winning formula, but you are about to change the winning formula, the very winning formula. How come you decided to revise the most successful model in current Panerai's collection?
Yeah, it was a long process. So we started 2 years ago, saying, can we bring more value for the customer? And then the idea was to, while keeping consistent with the original design of the 1312, to give more value to the customer for the same price. More or less that was the pitch. So we said, okay, let's work on luminosity, let's work on waterproofness, let's work on quick release system, so interchangeability, so that your watch gets versatile. And all this, we can do it. If we take one of the best movement we have, we can also modify it and go with a cross-balance bridge, very robust, very Panerai at the end. We said, let's go. With the SLN Super Luminova, with the X2, you get 9% better on the black dial, you get 60% better on the blue dial, and 93% better on the white dial. So luminescence from the beginning, and you know it, that's everything to us. Then waterproofness. It was a 300 meters. We said, come on, we are Panerai, so let's go 500. So with the new movement, we have the opportunity to work on the design of the shape, but not too much, and then get an increased waterproofness by just thickening a little bit back case sapphire glass and the one on the top. So at the end, you get a product that is 500. And at the end, we also decided that metal bracelet, leather strap, you have to be able to remove everything very quick in less than 1 minute, and it's another watch that you wear. So for us, it's really an achievement, because if you compare the two watches before and now, it's not the same. It's more for the same value.
To me, 500 water resistant rating is already very impressive. But not only that, you made it thinner. So what is the secret behind it? What was the challenges?
No,
during
there are always secrets, but this one is not such a secret. If we go with this movement, we have a slight savings on it. Then we also worked on the dial thickness. I mean, it's a whole. In the previous model, we also had some securities in terms of thickness that we decided now. It's almost 10 years later. We know more about our product, so we also were able to remove some of the securities we had. All in a whole, with 1 millimeter something less, you have 200 meters more, even a little bit less, because as you know, we test the watch 25% more than the 500. So all the watches are emerged at 625 meters.
I already posted a video about the new Luminor Marina, and my viewers really liked it.
Okay,
And
good.
some of my viewers told me it feels like it is more close to, more faithful to the Panerai they loved 10 years ago.
They appreciate that.
Yeah. So is it you intended or just byproduct of the process of development? You try to give more value to that kind of thing?
Exactly what you just said, more value for the product. If you just look behind me, you have the evolution of the 8 Luminor Marina for the beginning, 1960. So of course we listen to what our clients says, and as far as we can, we take it into consideration. And there is only when you do novelties that you can really enrich and take care about what our client thinks.
I always want to emphasize the convenience of the crown guard, the tight seal device of the Luminor
right.
Marina. Everyone talks about how important this is in the history of dive watches, but not many people are talking about how convenient it is.
The crown protecting device, it's true, at the origin it's something that is dedicated to resist to shocks and reinforce waterproofness of the watch. But then we are back to 1950 something. So today we still have this dual function, protection and waterproofness, but it also became an element of design. And that's quite a bit of a surprise, because year after year this is recognized as a truly distinctive element of the Panerai watches.
You can see whether or not it is closed and not closed, so it is really helpful. And screw down crown, sometimes we break screws by turning it too hard, but that kind of user damage cannot be happened in this system. So
No,
everyone should have this kind of.
I see you touching it quite often.
Yeah, I have some problems with my habit, so I always play with this crown guard. I also want to talk about the new bracelet. Now we have really nice micro adjustment system and
Yes.
thinner and more comfortable links. Yeah.
I think working on the metal bracelet is quite a nice challenge as well. Look maybe less complicated than a movement, but I'm not sure. Then a great hug to my colleagues from the design team, because designing a new metal bracelet is really something complicated. It has to be Panerai, so you always have this crown protecting device form. And then we introduced the V shape for more comfort. The quick lens, because if you live in some humid countries or if you go diving with a suit, you need this quick lens adjustment. But maybe the coolest thing in it is that you also can remove it instantly and then go for an elegant evening with your crocodile bracelet, so the black one. And then if tomorrow you go diving, you just change and that's it in less than 1 minute. So to me, it's a very nice achievement.
Nicer bracelet with the quick release system. That's the entire package you imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. From the beginning, we said it has to be totally versatile and vice versa. So metal to leather, leather to rubber, rubber to metal. That's the perfect triangle.
You can still use screwdrivers if you want, right?
Yeah, to remove the links.
And for the bar itself.
And for the bar itself, which we advise to not switch, because it's supposed to stay.
There are older Panerai fans who prefer screwdrivers.
Yeah, so pay attention. On the new one, you don't need your screwdriver anymore.
Actually, I want to talk about the new movement, how it is improved from the previous generation.
Regarding the movement, the meaning was to use the best one we have in terms of quality. And we monitor quality, so it means that we register the issues we might face on the market, because this is an engine. This is turning night and day. So from this, we learn a lot. We said, okay, the P900 is a very good one, but we have to improve it slightly in terms of robustness. Therefore, we introduced the cross-balance bridge over the balance wheel, and then we're wanting to work on the waterproofness and therefore increase slightly the thickness of the glasses. We said, okay, let's give the best movement we have in terms of quality, and provide the client with a watch that works perfectly. It's a 3 days. You could tell me, yeah, like the other one. But in reality, it has 88 hours power reserve, more or less. So this caliber is really the one we master the most.
And you tested, it is chronometer capable.
Oh yeah, the accuracy is as good as the previous one. You can work on it for sure. And I think there is a bright future for this movement.
Is the introduction of the thinner and lighter Luminor Marina suggesting that Panerai is moving toward a more thinner and lighter version of itself?
No.
You will still.
It's a choice of proportions and look, but we do not intend to reduce neither the diameter nor the thickness. It was just for this one. The best proportions we could have were like this. But if you look, we also launched some Marina military experience, 47 millimeter. So Panerai will not leave this playground. We keep being 44 millimeter at least. We stay with where we are.
You care more about the proportionality of individual models, not
Absolutely.
like you particularly care about thinness or lightness, that kind of thing. And then I want to talk about the perpetual calendar.
Oh yeah,
this is
my favorite.
Yeah, Panerai developed perpetual calendar can be operated by single crown even before Audemars
You talk.
What was the inspiration and ambition behind this movement?
The idea was very simple. Can we make something complicated easy, simple? The answer is yes, we can, but it was a tough job. So the idea was to embed a super complex movement, displaying useful information on the face of the dials, and down having all the secondary information, the one you need less, I would say, like the months and the year and the leap year. This you know, because we are in 2025 and I guess you know it. But day and date, sometimes we confuse. So we said it has to be a Panerai, immediately recognizable as such, with a clean design and only useful information on the face of the watch. Then, second advantage for the client, we said we don't want any tool, any hole in the case, any corrector, no hassle. The problem is that if you just leave your watch for more than 4 days, you will escape, the watch will stop because the power reserve is over. So you can start to adjust by yourself. But the problem is that if you go too far, because just you're talking with a friend, you then just have your watch that is badly adjusted. So you have to let it on the table, wait for the time to catch up until the moment it's the right time. Come on, we are Panerai, so for us, it was meant also to allow the backward function, everything from the crown. So the challenge, and it took, I have to admit, it took us an additional extra year from 2020 to 2021 to make sure that the wheels that can engrain forward could also engrain backwards, because this is the things we noticed during the phase of prototyping.
There are always something distinctive about Panerai's high complications. For example, Minin repeater has 3 hammers. You have tourbillon moves really
2 tours in a minute.
and different angles. When you develop high complication, is there something you really care about?
To us, clearly, we don't want just to make, like a kind of Big Mac with a lot of things. It has to be well integrated into something that is relevant in terms of design and super user-friendly, because this is the thing that the client expects from us. Easy to use, readable, very Panerai. So whether it's a minute repeater or an annual calendar, it doesn't matter. I mean, we have to keep the same motto and the same mindset in every single thing we develop.
So now you have Minin repeater, tourbillon, perpetual calendar, and e-loops. Yeah, LED with moving part. You are the only brand who can do that.
Electromechanical power, I would say yes.
Yeah, right.
At least the only one able to illuminate a watch for 30 minutes by only human wearing. So yeah, Panerai is unique.
Then what's your next step? Can you give us a hint?
I'm afraid not. But what I can tell you is that the Watches and Wonders 2026 is already.
You are now working on it.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. 2 nice things next year that I will have the pleasure to discuss with you.
In last interview, you talked about the combination between watchmaking and science fiction. Is this the thing you
The result.
you were talking about at that time, or you
No,
had-
no,
you
no,
had- you had
it
another
was
thing?
another
You
idea.
still have to show
No,
us.
here it's more like a tribute that we pay to Galileo because he was an incredible scientist based in, born in Pisa, but lived in Florence as well, the city where we were born. At the time we decided, okay, let's try to create a machine displaying the planets as he was seeing the planets turning. He was an incredible guy. He guessed that Jupiter had satellites with a very simple telescope made of just a tube of wood and some sapphire crystal glass, observing all these planets and describing what is now known as the solar system. And his system also was an evidence of the heliocentric theory that he was able to testify as well. So the pitch from the beginning was, let's pay tribute to this, and in the meantime, try to have like a small theater, something animated, rotating very slowly, of course, and embedding a perpetual calendar on one line, maybe an anticipation of the one we did, and a super power reserve, because power reserve is also us. So 40 days, plus a lot of different features. That's more like a demonstration of the passion of our engineers, I would say.
How many Jupiterium are made?
There are only 3 pieces.
3 pieces.
Yeah.
One here,
Yeah.
one at the manufacturer, the other one is at the
And we have a
museum?
client, no, we have one client has a Jupiterium.
Ah, so it is available for client if they want.
I will not comment,
You-
but if you're interested, let me know. I
Yeah.
can connect you with someone.
I'm really curious about the combination between watchmaking and science fiction.
Yeah, Elux was already a nice demonstration, right?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, from this, I mean, it's our duty to take something away from this. So I let you imagine.
Is there anything I didn't ask?
Just one quick signal to the friends, the Paneristi, with this watch we developed for their 25th anniversary with new shapes of lugs, with the FIDI protecting crown protecting device going down, a very nice hands, like narrow hands, and to me a beautiful dial.
Yeah,
and if you look at this 44mm case, to me it's one of the nice things we did.
Is it still available or it is already gone?
On this, honestly, I don't know. We plan to produce 1,000 pieces.
1,000
It's a huge success. I don't know if we still have some pieces.
Yeah,
for sale.
I will talk to the Panerai Korea.
Yeah, they know better than me. Yeah, it's amazing.
Can I take it?
I have to.
Do you have special messages for South Korean fans of Panerai?
Oh, continue to help us, continue to love us,
Yeah.
such as we love you.
Yeah.
For sure, I love these exchanges of information, question, challenges. I mean, that's being part of the family.
Panerai is, as far as I know, one of few brands that openly invite customers to its manufacturer.
Yeah.
Right. If you are interested in the manufacturer tour.
Yeah, please register. We will have you there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. Thank you for
Thank you for
me
having
here.
me.
Yeah. 3 years in a row.
Yeah. So let's meet next year.
Yeah, I really want to know what the combination between
will
the
see. You will see.
science fiction is. Thank you for your time. And
You're
you are-
welcome.
You are still my favorite person from Panerai. Okay.
Don't say this.
파네라이 부스에서 제롬 카바니님과 즐거운 시간을 가졌습니다. 여러분도 즐거운 시간이셨길 바라고요. 또 재밌는 파네라이 시계들과 함께 계속해서 유튜브에서 소개를 해드리도록 하겠습니다. 지금까지 저는 김생활이었습니다.
Jérôme Cavadini, Panerai.
안녕히 계십시오.